Hello, this is Rose from the aquarium shop. For those of you who are just starting out with tropical fish, I'd like to share some basic points with you. Setting up an aquarium is an exciting experience, but it's important to make sure you understand the first steps. Whether it's a goldfish from a festival game, a wild fish caught from a river, or a tropical fish purchased from an aquarium shop, these points remain the same. If their living environment isn't right, fish can become stressed, sick, or even worse, just like people. There are 4 key points that are considered essential for keeping fish healthy. Let's go over these 4 points together. Oxygen supply, proper feeding, water quality management, creating a comfortable environment. Keeping these 4 points in mind is crucial when starting an aquarium. If you can stick to these, anyone can successfully raise fish. On the other hand, starting without understanding these 4 points will likely lead to failure. It's like how humans need homes, food, and clothing to thrive. Let's go through these essential points in detail. 1. Oxygen supply. Oxygen is vital for fish living in water. If the oxygen concentration in the water drops, the fish face the risk of suffocation. Unlike rivers or lakes in nature, the oxygen supply in an aquarium is extremely limited, so ensuring adequate oxygen is essential. The simplest way to supply oxygen is to use an air pump and an air stone. Just by doing this, you can provide sufficient oxygen to the water. A more advanced oxygen supply system is using a hang-on back filter or an overhead filter. These filters pump water from the tank into a filtration chamber and return the cleaned water to the tank with force, which also adds oxygen to the water. Using an air pump together with a hang-on back or overhead filter ensures perfect oxygen supply. 2. Proper feeding. Proper feeding is crucial to the growth and health of your fish. Overfeeding can lead to leftover food that pollutes the water, causing poor water quality. A general rule is to feed them an amount they can finish in a few minutes, 2 to 3 times a day. Once you become more experienced, you can try offering a combination of foods such as flakes or frozen food. Specialized food for certain species is also available, which helps to maintain their health. 3. Water quality management. Maintaining water quality is perhaps the most important factor in keeping fish healthy. Just as it's uncomfortable and harmful for us to live surrounded by polluted air and water, the same applies to fish in a tank. Filtration systems play a crucial role in maintaining this environment. Fish waste, leftover food, and debris degrade the water quality over time. Proper filtration systems remove harmful substances and keep the water clear. The bacteria that settle in the filter media help break down toxic substances in the water, becoming a powerful ally for maintaining water quality. The filter media where these beneficial bacteria grow is the key to successful water quality management. However, it can take about a month for enough bacteria to colonize the filter media, which is a bit of a drawback. During this time, I recommend doing a 30% water change every 2 days. This helps dilute the concentration of toxic substances produced by fish waste and leftover food. Don't forget to add water conditioner to the new water to neutralize the chlorine in tap water, which can be harmful to fish. As the bacteria gradually establish themselves in the filter media, they will begin neutralizing harmful substances like ammonia. Think of the filter and filter media as a set. Without media, the beneficial bacteria won't multiply, and the water will remain toxic. Once the bacteria are well established, changing 20 to 30% of the water weekly will help maintain stable water quality. 4. Creating a comfortable environment. Creating an environment where fish can live comfortably without stress is also important. Overcrowding the tank can lead to oxygen deficiency and poor water quality. Be sure to choose a tank size appropriate for the type and size of fish you have. A general guideline is to have at least 1 liter of water for every centimeter of fish. If you fall below this standard, not only will the fish have insufficient space, but it will also be harder to maintain good water quality. Many fish also need hiding places or spots where they can rest peacefully. By adding plants, rocks, and driftwood, you can provide a comfortable environment for your fish. When your fish are happy and healthy, they might even breed in the tank, often using these plants or driftwood as spawning sites. Just as we feel most relaxed at home, these spots become safe havens for fish. So, those were the 4 key points for keeping fish healthy: oxygen supply, proper feeding, water quality management, and creating a comfortable environment. If any of these are missing, keeping fish becomes much more difficult. To avoid this, make sure to provide these essentials for your fish. I wish you all a wonderful aquarium life.